On this episode of KD Sports Talk, Suns and 4, baby. Suns and 4.
What are you talking about?
We're jumping on it right away because you guys haven't seen it yet, and I'm super excited about showing it to you guys. Okay, so girl Gab, she's on Twitter, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Her friend sends her this video, and she's the first one to put it on there, so I'm gonna give her credit for the video. All right.
No.
8.2 million views already, and it's been freaking 3 days? Ridiculous. All right, here we go. I gotta screen share. I gotta share with sound. Yeah. Share with sound.
Did you do it? I don't know why he's yelling at me. Oh, it's just a video.
Yeah, it's a video.
Fighting.
Okay, relax.
Why is he still leaning?
He's holding him down. He's got him by the chain.
Something for. That's great.
Oh my god. That dude. Oh my god, that's amazing. And then here we go. Just a couple seconds later, everyone's cheering, right? Everyone's all shitty because they're in the Nuggets, and here comes the cops.
Of course, here comes the cops.
Suns and 4. As he's got him held down.
Dude,
Suns
so obviously the guy's wearing a Murray jersey, right? So he can't sweater him. He can't do anything like that. So he grabs him by the fucking chain and just holds him down and just calls his shot. He's like, after he swings on the second guy, he's like, bro, I'm gonna fuck your boy up. I'm gonna fuck your boy up. It was amazing. I'm supposed to. So first off, I'm supposed to say we don't condone fighting. You know, I did
absolutely we condone fighting.
I think 2 weeks ago I said that fans are being fucking retards, but this guy.
Well, fans fighting fans is awesome.
Yeah.
So fans. Yeah, fans are. I love watching a fight in the stands.
I have to go through the list. Okay, the guy is in an away stadium. Okay, he's a Suns fan in the Nugget Stadium. Okay, he has the low ground. He is fighting 2 separate people, and he still whips that dude's ass. This is just fucking amazing. I loved every bit of it. I probably watched this thing like 50 times. I can't believe you guys haven't seen that yet.
No, I saw it. I didn't know what the hell it was called, or what it's being called.
Yeah.
But I saw it and I got annoyed because it was
basketball.
After about 10 seconds, I'm done watching a video.
So you can't even sit on TikTok for the whole video, huh?
No. You got to entertain me within the first 10 seconds or it's a swipe. But I will tell you this: stop getting that upset about basketball, NBA guys. Just stop.
See. I mean, there's no beginning to the fight, right? We don't know exactly what they're fighting about, but I have to imagine, because how that guy tried to be all sneaky and stuff, like he was trying to put things back in his pocket and then try to sucker punch the guy again. I don't think this is just about basketball. I think something happened.
To me,
yeah, the guy in the front was probably cheering for the Suns, and the idiots behind him probably said something, and he probably said something back to him, and then they probably said they were going to whoop his ass, and then it backfired on him. Just like takes me back to my experience at the Fort Wayne Coliseum with my wife when this idiot Comets fan was just screaming and yelling, being okay, nothing crazy, but he was being pretty obnoxious, but he wasn't saying anything. And then my wife told him to shut the fuck up. And he turned around and he said, "You shut the fuck up." And I'm just like, oh my God. I'm going to have to fight somebody for no reason. Something I didn't do.
No reason.
Because I'll tell you right now.
Thankfully, he just laughed and turned back around and then just started acting like more of an idiot. But he was like cheering like for the team. Like it wasn't like he was like making it towards her. He was just being more obnoxious to piss her off, which then I thought was freaking hilarious, which then pissed my wife off at me.
Yeah. Because I promise you, we're ruining your fucking day.
Yeah.
If you do that at Ford Field.
Yeah.
So, I stand by my statement of stop getting that worked up over basketball games. There's only 4 sports that I think it's real. Yeah, 4 sports that I think it's appropriate at.
Oh, what are your 4 sports?
Oh, I'm sorry, 3. I don't want to include MMA because they're already fighting in there, so don't fight in the stands. Football, soccer, and hockey.
Soccer over basketball.
Not here, not in the United States. we don't need them at Columbus Crew Stadium fucking fighting. Dude, but over in Europe, fighting. Yeah. That's where it's at, man.
Yeah,
I heard they're ridiculous over there.
They're rowdy.
That's their American football over
there.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I threw in soccer. Not here in the United States.
You should say
football. Playoffs. Yeah, it's playoffs. So I mean, it's a little more heated than tensions.
I mean, it's playoffs. It's playoffs, and
their team just got their ass kicked.
Yeah, that video, I think it was game 3. And so they were, and so they came out and the Suns did win the 4th game. So it was Suns in 4. He predicted it right. So, I mean, it's definitely, I don't know. Like I said a couple weeks ago, like it's just they're being retarded, but I mean, people are gonna fight. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to bring it out except for people are gonna fight because we've been locked up for 18 months.
No, this is perfectly fine. Like Nick said, fans on fans.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Let idiots take care of idiots.
Mm-hmm.
It's called natural selection.
I agree.
Get kicked out. Don't ever be welcome back in that stadium for the rest of your life.
Yeah, bye.
I mean, he is a Suns fan, so he really doesn't care about going to Nuggets games.
That is a good point. Like, it would be fun to go into Heinz Field or something and just fucking getting kicked out and be like, it's all right. I'm never coming back.
But
I came here one time only.
What if he's from Arizona and now lives in Denver, and the only time he goes to Denver is to watch the Suns play?
Yeah, no, you're stupid if you do that.
Well, so I think I know they're not that far apart. I know Denver and Phoenix are a couple hours away. Like, it's just straight down a highway, right?
On a highway. Well, let's take a look here, Kenny.
All right, come on, on,
Denver,
geography.
Colorado, directions from.
What are we doing right now?
Oh, come on,
this is what we've come into. Kenny thinks he's smart. It is. Oh, yeah, you're close. You're close. You're about 10 hours off, but pretty close.
Shit, is it 10 hours off?
Yeah, it's about it's about
12
hours drive. It's about 12 and a half hour drive.
It's only 2 hours.
I mean,
it flies when you're traveling.
When you're going 200 miles an hour.
Colorado's in the Midwest, and Phoenix is right by Mexico, but close, 2 hour drive.
Yeah. Either way, it's fine.
Ah, damn, dude, I was way off on that one.
That must be the carry part of his education.
It's definitely no. I would say Lida better, but yeah, sure. Okay, so
you want to just get the football stuff out of the way and then talk a whole bunch of not football.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so Sheldon Richardson signs with the Vikings. As of today, which is the 15th, no contract details have been issued yet. I can imagine it's only a couple years, maybe 2. I had Spot Track pulled up for this exact reason because I wanted to check out salary cap for Minnesota. Okay, so I mean, just trying to guess here. Wow. So they've got $28 million in cap space. Let's see if they
probably paid him he probably did a 2-year, 1 year.
Yeah, I really think that he did
it's probably a 2. It's probably a year with a team option or something. I'm guessing it's probably worth like $5 or $7 million, probably somewhere in that boat. Because I think he was getting 6 from Cleveland, wasn't he? A year.
Yes.
Because I think he had 2 years and $12 million left. I think is what he had left when they released him. So
I believe you are correct, sir.
So I'm guessing he's probably getting around that sort of money somewhere.
So, Derek, you saw that he didn't want to re-sign with Cleveland?
Yes.
What the hell was that all about?
I'm not sure. If the article was trying to just mislead us, saying like the article could have easily, because I didn't actually click on it because it was one of the, well, I did, but you couldn't read it. It was one of those like pay to read bullshit.
Was it ESPN Plus or no?
Subscribe to this.
Yeah. So I think what they were trying to say is, oh, he's not signing with the Browns. He's actually going to sign with the Vikings. But the way they, like, the line to kind of get you was he refuses to sign with the Browns and would rather sign with the Vikings. That's how they made it sound. And you're just like, so I clicked on it to see what the problem was with the Browns, and probably nothing.
They probably didn't. It probably wasn't enough money.
Yeah. And it could have been something just as easy as that.
It was probably that simple. Refuses to sign that small of a contract. They probably offered him a couple $1 million for a year or two or whatever. And
Vikings had more. So
right.
That could have been as easy. A couple other things. Jamal Adams, he is not going to be at minicamp for the Seattle Seahawks. He wants a new contract to make him possibly the highest paid safety in the league.
But he's not at camp for personal reasons. It's not
his absence is excused.
Yes.
But people say this kind of helps.
I saw that the Bengals closed down minicamp 2 days early. They just said, we're done. We're good to go.
Good. All right.
I thought that was weird.
I mean,
Bengals.
Well, I mean, it's if you've got a coach that's kind of player oriented, he's going to be easier on their bodies.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Sorry. It literally, I refreshed Spot Track and it came up. So Sheldon Richardson is signed with the Minnesota Vikings for a year, $3.6 million.
Okay.
For 1 year. Oh, and J.C. Horn signed a contract today too. J.C. Horn signed for $21.1 million. Jonathan Cooper signed. Mon signed his. So yeah, a couple rookies are signing their contracts today too, but nothing too crazy.
Nope. And then also in other news of not being at training camp, Xavier Howard, the cornerback for the Miami Dolphins, he's not there. This one is actually kind of weird. He signed an extension only 2 years ago, but last year had 10 interceptions, which is the most since 2007 for any one player. He was third in votes for Defensive Player of the Year, and was like all pro. I mean, he had a fantastic year last year, and now he's holding out because he already wants a restructure because he feels he's worth more than what he signed even 2 years ago. And I think he's got 3. Maybe someone can look that up, but I believe he's still got 3 years. I think he signed a 5-year extension.
What was his name again? I'm sorry. What was his name?
Xavier Howard.
I love these guys. Like, they sign 5-year deals and 2 years in. Well, I'm better than what I was 2 years ago. So, well, you know what? Maybe don't sign 5-year deals. Maybe bet on yourself a little bit more. Okay. Like, if I'm an NFL owner, like, okay, cool. Like, sorry, you signed on the dotted lines. You're here. This is what you are. Like, it's not like he's like this. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not Tom Brady. Like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, you're Xavier Howard and you play for one of the worst teams in the league. Like, well, not worse, but like for the last 10 years or whatever, we've been the laughing stock of the NFL. Like, you're well, I guess you can just not. You can sit out and we'll just find you and make money off of you. I mean.
Yeah, he's definitely not one of those guys that they're not.
He is the second highest. He is the second highest paid player on the Miami Dolphins already.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's not too hard. Who's the highest?
Who is the highest? Sorry, I got out of that page already.
I can't imagine somebody worth more than him.
His other cornerback, right? Byron Jones.
So okay.
From the Cowboys, yeah, he wants to be the highest paid on the team because
so
he did outplay him.
His base salary is $12,075,000.
Yeah, he's a 13.5. Yeah, on the cap this year. I did while looking up Dolphins on Twitter. I see a tweet. Tua has thrown 5 interceptions on the first day of Dolphins minicamp.
I believe. Hold on, Nicholas. Hold on. I believe Nicholas' favorite saying is, "Who cares?"
Cares. And Keyshawn Johnson said the other day that Jordan Love looks like Aaron Rodgers at times at minicamp. Who cares? Of course.
Keyshawn played with Brad Johnson. All right, he doesn't know what a good quarterback.
It's not hard. Yeah, it shouldn't be hard to impress Keyshawn with quarterback play.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, like, I get it. Cool. Like one day people were talking about Jordan Love, how his accuracy looked absolutely god awful the first day. He went like 1 for 7 in short yardage situations, and then the next day he like didn't miss a pass the whole entire day. Like, it's practice. Like, is he getting better?
We're talking about practice, man. We're talking about practice.
Okay, cool. Tua, you threw 5 interceptions the first day. If he throws less than 5, guess what? He's getting better. That's what practice is all about.
Yeah, I mean, better. He really set the bar low.
Maybe, Allen Iverson didn't even want to practice, and I mean, Hall of Famer. So I mean, it's practice.
Maybe he's also not Allen Iverson.
I like the one thing I do not like. Your stepfather, Derek, going to training camp or whatever. Like, I don't want to go watch my team practice. I'm sorry. Like, it would be cool, like, to get to meet the guys and stuff and get autographs.
You don't get any of that.
Right. Okay. Well, then, completely pointless.
You don't even get any of that. Because what you have to realize, because I've went, being a season ticket holder, I went to, like, Lions minicamp. Now, I went with Caldwell, and I also went with Patricia. Both were exactly the same. You have to realize you're watching them practice. They're legitimately at work, right?
Right.
They're about to, once they get done with the on-field shit, they're about to do more work.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to go watch film. They're going to break down all the stuff they just did on film, go over schemes and
stretch
plays,
and do everything they got to do.
Yes.
So they literally get into a huge line after the first part of their work day.
Mm-hmm.
They clap your hand, they smack your hands as they go by, and then they go back to work. Like, it was the weirdest thing to think, like, this to me is a spectacle.
It's their water break.
But to them, they're just like,
damn it, guys, you're cutting into my sandwich time. Let's go.
I couldn't even imagine sitting at my desk at work and having someone cheer me on. You know what I mean?
Hey,
fill out that paperwork.
Way to send that
fill out that paper.
Man, high five, man. Can I get your autograph? That's a great email, man.
Every time I pass them, they yell my name. Like, it is insane.
Hey, Derek. Yeah.
It's weird to think about when you put it in that perspective. You're like, oh, I'm going to go see professional athletes. But really what you're doing is you're just going to their work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about it, that's just what sports in general is.
I think game day, I mean, yes, it's work, but it's different than, you know.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Different for everybody.
You can say it's their job, but they're playing a game at the same time. So it's a little different than cheering them on during game day.
Yeah, I mean, I coach. Like, practice matters to the coaches and the players. Like if somebody came in and was like, "Oh, can I watch practice?" and I would look at him with the dumbest face and go, "Why? Like, what? Why?
You want to watch us do layup drills?"
Yeah. Like, you want to watch me yell at these girls? Like, you want to watch me yell for a couple hours? Cool. Like,
we have people watch our practice quite a bit.
Football's a little bit different than basketball, but I mean, I just don't. I don't see.
Football is a little bit different.
Well, and I'll tell you this, people.
It's not even that. It's just what the love you have for the sport. Like, I would rather watch a basketball practice than a football practice. I love football. I love basketball, but I enjoy the inside and outs of basketball more than I think
football. There's a little bit more one-on-one, and you can kind of go harder in practice as a basketball player. I'm going to tell everyone right now, don't go watch any high school practice ever. We've got 30 minutes where we can hit, and the kids can't get it turned up enough during that 30 minutes to where you're never, ever going to get.
I'm sorry.
Even what?
You have to backtrack for me for a second. You only get to hit for 30 minutes?
30 minutes a day. There has to be 12 hours in between.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Dude, remember when we used to
do
two-a-days?
I would play football for my whole high school career if that's how it was.
Remember when we used to do two-a-days starting at 6 a.m. and we would get our ass beat all fucking day?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that specifically for 1 year, my freshman year.
Oh my God, dude.
Made me tougher.
Safety, man. All this safety stuff.
Hits didn't hurt as much back then. They
only hurt the first couple of times. After that, it didn't hurt so much because you were used to it.
Yeah.
It hurts kids more. Hitting full go, like in a scrimmage or a game or whatever, hurts more now than it did back then because they're
not used to it.
Yeah.
Game day hits were nothing. I mean, going back to, I only played freshman and JV games, but getting stuffed up trying to stuff the middle against senior and junior fullbacks, running backs all day long, 3 times a week, and then then go play against a bunch of freshmen and sophomores. It was just like, oh, these guys suck. Like, these guys can't get for crap.
And our seniors and our juniors were mean. Mm-hmm. Like, they wanted to kill us.
Yeah, they certainly didn't like me.
I remember very thoroughly my freshman year, back-to-back plays. Was it 20 dive that was right up the middle with the fullback?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Back-to-back plays. I was playing middle linebacker on scout team at 135 pounds. For some reason, I got thrown into that. And I ran into Mark Gamby and Graham Moore on back-to-back plays.
Oh my God.
It hurt very, very much.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Graham's shoulders are like the size of my head.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
And Gamby was just the guy that had no sense of pain when it came to football, and he would just run you over every single time, no matter if you were in the play or not.
I love Gamby so much, dude.
But so that makes a difference for sure.
So just remember that when you're watching the horrible product on the field.
That is you know what though? I watched last year because they were streaming on Twitch. I watched so many more carry games that I've watched.
It was awesome.
High school. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. I believe they're trying to do that this year.
They need to, because if they don't, you can go
mowing the animal.
You can go right ahead.
Love it.
If you don't do it, I will do it.
I think a lot of high schools are going to stick with that.
Yeah,
because
it was cool.
Yeah, and the kid number 21, what's his name? Whatever, number 21 on the team. He's a running back.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's a pretty good kid. He plays pretty well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's all right. No more high school football talk.
Yeah.
We snuck football.
Very specific. Very specific.
Yeah, there's like two.
Well, the people that watch this or listen to this they're gonna appreciate that. So.
Oh yeah, most of them. Yeah. Okay. All right. So as of right now, it is 9:00 on June 15th as we're recording this game. I have not looked at ESPN yet. Did James Harden play?
Yes, he's playing. 5? He started.
He started. There we go. Okay, so
watching right now, they're losing by 11 though, but
there's no score for me. What the fuck? Come on.
Yep. 28-15 Milwaukee currently, almost end of the first.
Okay, so with James Harden coming back, then
yes.
Do we think that this was rushed?
Absolutely.
Okay.
At 100%.
Okay, so it's rushed. Do they not have any faith in Kevin Durant whatsoever to win them a game?
I don't think it's that they don't have faith in Kevin Durant. I just think that when you take away James Harden and you take away Kyrie Irving, I mean, the Bucks are going to do one thing. What are they going to do? They are going to bull rush Durant nonstop all game long. And I mean, and when that stuff happens, that's when injuries happen. I mean, you're putting you can't win with one person. I don't care what anybody says about the old days. Shut the fuck up. Everybody had somebody. Okay.
Right.
Kareem had freaking what the hell's his name that played freaking point guard for the Bucks, like Oscar Robinson. Like every team has at least two players. Okay, like it just, I mean, it goes back to LeBron on the Cavs, went to the finals in 2007, carried them somehow to that far, and got swept by a great team of the Spurs that had 3 All-Stars. I mean, it's known facts. You got to have more than one player if you're going to win.
So did James Harden ever lose his 80 pounds that he needed to, or?
Yeah, dude, there's conspiracy theory that there's 2 of them. Because there's some pictures that he takes and he looks fit as fuck. And then like the next day he's got a gut on him again.
Dude, I couldn't believe that shit. He looked like I don't know.
Yeah, that was crazy. So
looked like a factory worker.
So to your point, Nick, Kevin Durant did still have Blake Griffin on the court, and he does have Joe Harris, who is a pretty good scorer.
Oh, Blake Griffin.
Yeah, no, not good enough.
Not good enough.
No, not good enough. Good players, but not enough to win a title. I mean, it just goes. I'm not
saying go win a title. I'm not saying go win a title. I'm just saying win them this game because it's 2-2 right now. The series is 2-2.
Yeah,
they just need to get to 3-2, and they can. Next game would be game 6 would be in Milwaukee, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they need to win this game because they're in home. They need to get this win so that they can at least either, if they lose game 6 and it's tied back again at 3-3 and they go back home, or if they can win in Milwaukee with a full Harden, then it's better. But
this reminds me a lot of Cavs 2015. The year before they won it all, when Love and Kyrie were both out the first year with LeBron back.
Yep. I remember that.
Very, very similar to the scenario.
Because I mean the Nets
I think they can still I still think they could beat the Bucks with just Durant. I still think they could win that just because Milwaukee for some reason in the playoffs can't make wide open shots.
Right.
They're winning games barely. Or not scoring a whole lot of points, I should say.
Right.
But I think they could beat the Bucks without those 2. But if they're going to beat a team in the finals, I don't think it would happen. But I think they could definitely make it out of the East with just 1.5. However, Harden is. I haven't been really seen a whole lot of what he's doing, but
he hasn't done
playing.
He hasn't done dick. He has got 2 defensive rebounds and an assist. He has no points. Durant has, what is that, 7 points for right now, and 5 defensive rebounds and 1 block.
Yeah.
So Griffin hasn't scored yet, and Joe Harris has not scored yet either. So it's a lot of bench.
Bucks got a great defensive team. So
yeah, it's a lot of bench scoring. A lot of bench scoring. Think who is this? It's Jeff Green. Yeah, Jeff Green has 2 threes, and 2 free throws, and 2 field goals. So he's gonna be the one scoring right now. That sucks. I mean, in the debates that's always happened. It's always been KD versus LeBron, and I obviously have always been on LeBron's side, but I mean, KD is heralded as one of the best scorers in the game of all time, and you would think that he would be able to at least win 1 game for his team. Like you said, they're good players, but I mean, when you got Blake Griffin and Joe Harris, and then KD, I think you should be able to pull that out. But who knows? I don't know. Let's talk about golf first. Let's golf. Okay. So everybody knows about the Bryson DeChambeau and the Brooks Koepka rivalry.
I heard Derek knows actually a lot about it.
Derek, this is a subject that Derek has read up on. He has watched a lot of
assuming that everyone knows what the hell's going on. Listen, Go ahead and read your question, because I actually do have an opinion on this.
And that's why I framed the question the way that I framed it, because I knew you would. Okay, so they will not be pairing them in the first 2 rounds of the PGA Championship, or the U.S. Open, excuse me, the U.S. Open. Do you think that PGA should highlight the rivalries more and bring more intrigue and drama to the game to bring in more viewers?
So what is this rivalry like? Is it like
they hate each other?
It's
okay,
pettiness.
so
it's pettiness.
But is it like
Brooks Koepka is the biggest douchebag ever,
cursing at each other?
No.
Or are they going to? Is it something like?
I mean, they'll keep it civil.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, are they going to say shit to each other during, because that would be fun to listen to that mic'd up stuff.
They won't.
Now I'll tell you this.
You don't know, man, because they might. They both are petty as fuck, and I love it.
Why not say a little something? Like the whole point is NFL mic'd up. People like when they're trash talking.
Yep.
Doesn't happen in golf. At least on the court. At least on the course, just because it's not golf etiquette.
That's my point. Should they though? No. Should they bring that in? Why not?
Freaking care. Because golf rivalries don't go by these dudes that hate each other. Golf rivalries go by guys that are really freaking good.
Yeah.
And we want to see them play against, like, we want to see Tiger and Mickelson hitting crazy shots, like hitting it into the trees, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, they're on the green putting for freaking hitting 50 footers for eagles, birdies, whatever. Like, we want to see great golf. We want to see great golf shots. We don't want to see. Golf doesn't care about if guys hate each other.
Well,
and you're right. You're not wrong. And the Tiger and Mickelson rivalry was awesome to watch, especially in their heyday. But could you imagine just like watching the pettiness of 2 guys walking down the course together, saying bullshit, like just offhanded little things, nothing too crazy.
Even if they didn't say anything, let's say one of them is trying to chip it in, okay? Mm-hmm. And you can see the other one in the background just fucking rolling his eyes and staring at him. Right. Not saying a word, just nothing.
Like,
You're just
get the camera
see
shot.
The annoyance on his face. Like,
here's another take on it. Nobody cares about the first 2 rounds.
Here's a third take on it.
But
golf
if
isn't interesting enough without some controversy.
If they were playing together, we would be more interested. I can guarantee you that. Guarantee you that.
I wouldn't want. Okay, I watch Saturday and Sunday.
I love watching
Saturday unless it's the Masters. I'll watch all 4 days of the Masters. Mm-hmm. But if it's not, Saturday and Sunday. So play good enough to where you're paired to get the final pairing on Sunday. Then that's where the intrigue comes. Nobody cares. The only people that care about days 1 and 2 are the people that actually go.
They go
and watch.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm guessing you could probably pull up TV viewership from the first couple of days to the third to Saturday and Sunday, and I'm sure it's a drastic change.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, there's plenty of old men that watch it on Thursday and Friday.
Guess what? Well. If they go golf together, I'll just catch the highlights on ESPN or something if they did something funny or something happened.
Highlights is such a weird thing to say about golf.
Why?
Listen, bud.
It's such a weird thing. Highlights.
They make some crazy ass shots.
I do like that. I like chipping it in. I don't fuck putting most of the time. You know, like, he made this 23 footer for blah blah blah, and I'm like, all right, he fucking putted. That's cool.
Good for him.
That chipping it in stuff. That's always fun to watch.
I love you, dude.
Putt.
I love you, dude.
I play putt all the time. You know, if I make a hole in one, you'll see me, on ESPN. So relax.
Oh my god. Okay.
Usually if I get a hole in one, I got some play off the bumpers. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple lucky bounces.
Got it through the windmill.
I got it through the windmill.
Yeah.
I got it over the rickety bridge.
Yep.
Alrighty. So and big news in baseball, which is always bad news because baseball never has good big news. They always have bad big news.
All right.
From now on, I'm pretty sure that the pitcher from New York is getting the suspension as well. Do I have his name pulled up right now? No. Do I care who is?
Cole.
Yes, him. Okay. So if any pitchers are caught with a sticky substance or a foreign substance on their person, they are going to be ejected right away and then suspended for 10 games.
But there's already a rule in place for this. They're just making it more severe.
There's a rule in place, but it's not specified on the substances that they can and cannot use.
Correct.
So are they now specifying?
Yeah, I think it's more in detail of like what stuff, like kind of like stick 'em back in football back in the 70s or 80s. Yeah. It's kind of that same thing. They're like, so Garrett Cole's been accused of using what they call spider tack.
Spider tack, yep.
Which, and it's funny because like there's actually some players that are for this and there's some people that aren't. Like Paul Goldschmidt, who's first baseman for the Cardinals, was completely fine with it because he goes, they're throwing 95 to 102 miles an hour. He goes, I'm completely fine if they have something that helps them control the ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get hit with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's funny that it's like now becoming like the steroids of the baseball. Like
it 100% is. It's getting crazy like that.
Yeah. Now the question is like, isn't baseball still going on? This is a legitimate question.
Yeah.
So they're in season.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They're not even at midway yet.
And they're going to change a rule. They're going to change a rule during the season. That seems rather
baseball doesn't
weird.
give a shit.
Baseball does whatever they want.
Yeah.
The rules don't apply to baseball. They just do what they want. They change the rules willy-nilly. As long as the players or everybody's happy, they'll mess with it. My thought is let all the guys take steroids. Let all the guys use all the school stuff.
That's always been, yeah.
Let's see a ball that goes 5 feet in the air and then drops 20 feet into the ground, and dudes that are jacked out of their mind hitting bombs. Because guess what? Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. You can take steroids. You still got to hit the thing. Like
fucking shoot me up, me up, and put me at home plate. I ain't fucking hitting it.
Exactly. Like so. I mean, there's still a lot more than just. It's not steroids that are making them better or making them hit it. Like okay, maybe it gives them some power, but.
Yeah,
like there's guys that don't take steroids that hit a crap ton of home runs. Mm-hmm. So like,
quite honestly, I think the worst person on the team should be the pitcher. I mean, fucking light it up, man. Lob it down the middle, have a home run derby every goddamn game. No one wants to see a no hitter.
Watch.
Exactly. No one.
I don't see. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah,
we've had this discussion
and
before.
I'm right because I'm a viewer.
You're not a viewer. You didn't even know the season was in play right now.
I know, but what I'm saying is like if they're all the fucking time, like I'd rather watch.
Okay, so you would so scenario time. You would rather watch, let's say, a game that ends 15-14 in 9 innings that goes 4 to 5 hours, or you would watch somebody throw a no hitter perfect game that lasts maybe 2.5. And they win 2-0, 3-0.
Gotta be honest with you, I'm not watching baseball for more than about 30 minutes anyway.
Right.
Okay.
So
we go to Progressive Field, right? We go to Progressive Field. We watch an Indians game.
I watched a Mud Hens game and I almost threw up.
Yeah. So your opinion has doesn't carry any weight here because you can't even sit through a full baseball game. So your thought or opinion it doesn't matter.
I can't. I don't know if it's the ADHD or the fact that
it's definitely not your ADHD because I've got that hard and I can still watch baseball.
There's so many reasons why I don't like baseball. I think it's the root of it is I was not very good at it and that just pissed me off. I don't like anything I'm not really good at. And
you're definitely fucking petty that way.
That's why he only likes football.
No. Like I love soccer. Wasn't very good at it. I like basketball. I legitimately like basketball. NBA is just so boring.
Yeah.
So, I like sports that I wasn't good at, but
you're being contradictory there because the NBA, there's barely any defense played, and they're scoring 130 points a game. You should love that, and that's boring to you.
There's dunks on dunks on dunks. There's
three-pointers.
I was a defensive specialist. My favorite team ever was the Pistons when they won it.
Yes.
defensive team. Like you actually sparked my interest when you said, "Oh, Bucks got a good defensive team." Like I'm like, oh.
They do.
Really do.
Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, the difference now is like it's back then the game was more team oriented, so you could play team defense. Now, a lot of it's one on one,
or they're gonna isolate it if
it's all ISO basketball nowadays. Pick and rolls, getting mismatches on switches because everybody freaking switches. The Bucks don't switch though, which is another reason why I love them. They don't switch on defense a whole lot, so they're fun to watch in that aspect. Is that
so they're manned up.
Right. Well, I mean, most teams do
switches,
play right. Yeah. So I mean, it's that's why I like Milwaukee. I hope they can win the finals doing that. But like, you know, the Spurs. I mean, they played like that was the last team that played great team defense to win championships.
Yeah.
Because everything's just ISO ball. Now you're winning championships if you have a great one-on-one offensive player and a pretty good one-on-one defender to stop the other team's
every once in a while. Just stop every once in a while.
Right. Yep. So, and it's like I said, and it comes down to sports. It's all personal preference. Like,
sure,
you know, like obviously you hate baseball. Like some people, and for the reasons that people love baseball. You love football for the reasons that some people freaking hate football. Like, I mean, everything's in that's how it's always going to be. It's just some ones are more popular than the others.
Right. And then I like NFL more than I like college football. And a lot of people disagree with me on that too. You know,
and
I talk to most of the people that.
And I enjoy NBA basketball over college basketball, which pisses a lot of people off.
That does.
Yes, it does.
That's a hot take.
Yes, it
That's
does.
definitely a hot take.
Yeah. I enjoy watching the best players in the world play.
I mean, and you're not even being dumb or guessing when you say the best players in the world. We go to the Olympics
and
prove that we're the best players in the world. Like, it's easy.
Yeah. And it's not it's not even just that we go to the Olympics. It's our team, our Olympic team is usually like a second team for us, because a lot of like
they don't want to do it.
Bronze or in like Chris Paul's and Kyrie's and James Harden, all of them, like a lot of times they don't want to go.
Right.
And so
it's right after their seasons are over. I mean, it's a big ask.
Yeah, and then you know the guys that come over from, you know, overseas in Europe and whatever, they go back home to play for their national teams, and they still can't hold a candle to us. So I mean, it just shows how well, you know, the United States does play basketball. Now, obviously, you know, foreign teams are getting a lot better, but they're still not to that level.
It'd be nice to see a challenge. But.
Yeah. So I mean, we kind of already answered this, but I do want to ask outright: do you think that baseball should lean in to the quote unquote cheating, with like cork bats, with the spider tack, like not so much lean in as in, yeah, we're definitely going to promote that. Hey, we're definitely doing all of this now. It's a different kind of baseball. I'm saying, like, let's just not outlaw it anymore and not bring it up anymore. And if that curveball does go, you know, 20 feet into the dirt, we just won't. We're just like, damn, that's a nasty curveball.
So
you know
for me, you know, I did agree with Nick. I'm kind of both sides here. I agreed with Nick. Let him dope up. Let him, you know, hit it out of the park, right? But at the same time, I'm also a guy that's like, you need to regulate this stuff. You don't need to, you know, because then it's going to become who found the next best way to cheat. You know.
Well, okay, so but that's what I mean. Though, like,
important.
Then regulate it. Say, hey, you can use spider tack, but you can't use stickum, whatever.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. They need a list. If they didn't have a list before, silly to me. They need a list. The NFL updates their PED or whatever the fuck. They update that list every year. They update it during the season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's constantly updated. You're telling me that you're just like, hey, you can't cheat. Well, what do you mean by cheating? We'll let you know when you cheat.
Yeah.
Here's my take on the whole substances on the baseball for control and grip. I kind of think it's hypocritical of the MLB, and this might sound crazy to some baseball people, but what do batters put on their bats?
Pine tar.
Religiously. What does pine tar do for them?
Lets them hold on to the bat.
Yeah, it keeps the control grip on the bat so they can hit pitches. So why can't a pitcher use some small form of substance to help them control
their
ball?
Pitches?
It's the same reason, I think, in relating it back to football, because that's, my sport. It's the same reason the defenders only have this much room to hit the quarterback, and it's the same reason that defensive pass interference is so looked at. It's because they want scoring, they want hitting, they want excitement.
Listen,
okay, well then,
I like.
If that's the case, then like cork bats, let steroids happen. Then if you want to, like,
you're right, so, but they're going to help the score or what looks better, what is more interesting in the game, as opposed to helping it become less hitting.
But listen, if you have a really good pitcher with spider tack and a really good hitter with pine tar,
cool.
That's a great fucking matchup.
Yeah,
I think so.
But here's the thing that frustrates about me is like, you're talking about what like people want to see runs and stuff and whatnot, but it's killed the game of baseball because what is everything now? Home runs and strikeouts. What are players doing constantly? They're striking out or they're hitting home runs.
Yep.
Gone are the days of the Pete Roses, the dudes that hit 3,000 hits. They're going to go by the wayside because everybody strikes out now because
they're going for the
everybody wants to hit. Everybody wants to hit freaking dingers, which awesome.
That's all Kent Murphy,
Right. Right. But I miss like the freaking Kirby Pucketts, the guys that just got Johnny Damon, guys that just got on base, hit the occasional home runs, from time to time because they put a good swing on one. Like I miss the days when it was your fourth hitter, your cleanup hitter, like your Jim Tomeys, your Big Poppies, David Ortiz's, that were just these big ginormous freaking dudes that were like 6'4", 6'5", 2.
Those are your steroid boys
that just dropping bombs. Either they're swinging for the fences every time. Awesome, cool. My like leadoff hitters that are just bunting and stealing. Like, see, that's the stuff that gets me excited about baseball. It's not just the home runs. I like the small ball stealing, hitting runs, drag bunts to get guys using all your whole teams, your speed, your hitting abilities, and like your power. Like, let's go back to those days when the leadoff hitter was a contact hitter and got on base. Your two hitter was probably your best contact hitter or best bunter to get your one man over into scoring position. Your three hitter was your probably your best hitter overall to do whatever you needed them to do. And then your fourth hitter was your freaking the person that can bring in runs easy. When somebody's in scoring position, they're bringing them in. Like those days are gone. Like you don't see those anymore. Like now it's just like every dude 1 through 9 can hit a home run and that's it. They strike out and hit home runs.
I think that I've seen more leadoff home runs this year than I've seen grand slams. Like I've seen more one hitters hit home runs than I've seen.
And that's like that's the other thing too is that's why no hitters aren't really that big of a deal anymore.
Yeah.
Like if you throw a perfect game, now that's crazy. Like that's insane. No, don't walk anybody. Your team doesn't have an error. Nobody reached base once at all. No hits. All that stuff. A no hitter, it makes sense now. I mean, there was like 2 of them thrown in back to back day. One thrown in back to back days.
Yeah.
I mean, they went from a rarity to like you get like 5 or 6 a year now. Like because guys are just it's boom or bust. It's gone or not gone. Strikeouts and home runs. Like that's all it is. And I think that's why baseball is kind of starting to take that slow decline.
Well, it's like you were saying though, like in the NBA, gone are the days that you have 5 players that play really good defense. It's just not you got to score nowadays. That's why the Bucks might, you're wondering if they could even hold up. You know what I mean?
Because they're not the great offensive team compared to the Nets.
You're right. There's gone are the days of any of those people because the game's changed. for better or for worse, everyone wants to say the NFL, you might as well be flag football sometime. It's changing. There's no more Ndamukong Suh isn't allowed to be Ndamukong Suh anymore.
Right. And I'm sure 10, 20 years from now, it all might come back full circle. Like everything, goes back that way. But who knows?
I doubt it.
But not football wise. I don't think I don't think anything football wise is going to change. But
yeah, probably not. Okay, so we'll change topics. We'll stay on the steroid thing a little bit here.
Yes.
So, a U.S. champion runner has tested positive for steroids and is banned from competition for 4 years. She is blaming her positive test on a pork burrito. And I am flabbergasted.
Why am I not jacked?
Yeah, like
I eat a lot of burritos.
I cannot wrap my head around the fact that you
Where was this burrito from?
I don't know. It didn't specify.
Because I would love to not endorse, like, I don't know.
I would like to know where she got it from as well, because I
want to eat it.
If there's pork burritos out there that are producing steroids, like, let's go. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like, never been strong, so like, let's get after it. I like to see what I can do. I can put away burritos.
Yeah. If put away burritos is the only thing I had to do to be strong,
I would be the strongest man on the planet.
Yo.
I wouldn't.
Let's see if never mind. That's the soccer one.
If Mountain Dew had steroids in it,
yes,
you guys would all be fucked.
Derek would look like the Incredible Hulk.
By the way,
pun intended, right?
This is not an endorsement, but this stuff's good. It's the new energy drink.
Oh yeah, I see those. Yeah,
it's very good. Sponsor us,
okay.
Mountain Dew. I'm your biggest fan.
We drink enough of it.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I work for the company. So anyways, so what are some of the best? Well, we actually have a list. We have a top 10 list of the best excuses that have been used for a positive drug test.
All right, swing it to go. Obviously, let's go from least to best. All right.
Yeah,
so
definitely from 10.
Yes. So starting at 10 would be Javier Sotomayor, who was in track and field from Cuba. He was from Cuba. And he claimed that he was set up by the mafia.
That could have been.
Hey, yes. You know what? Wait, hold on.
So he was a high jumper. He was a high jumper in the 90s.
Yeah.
And he said that he thought Fidel Castro got involved with the mafia and led to his doping.
So is he talking like Russian mafia?
No, Cuban Fidel Castro, the mafia.
Cuban mafia.
Yes.
Have you seen Godfather? Mobsters were in Cuba easily.
Yeah.
That's
awesome. That one, although sounding ridiculous, actually.
Yeah, he cleared. He cleared 8 feet on the high jump, which he is still to this day. He is still to this day the only one that's ever done it. But yeah. He taking the drug that Castro got too involved, blamed the Cuban American mafia for setting him up.
That's amazing.
Don Corleone, babe.
I wonder over under 4 on how many track and field that there's going to be here.
Ooh, that's good.
Under.
I already know, so that's up to you guys.
I'm definitely going over because like the Olympics and all that shit is like huge with steroids. It's a bigger market.
Okay, so far we're 1 for 1 on track.
Yes.
We are going to go now 1 for 2 as we have Mariano Puerta, a tennis here.
Tennis?
Yes. He reached his highlight was reaching the French Open in 2005. He lost to Nadal. Later, got found guilty of doping, and his excuse was that he accidentally ingested the substance after drinking from the same glass as his wife, who had been taking meds for menstrual pain. So he claimed that his wife was on menstrual meds and that was the cause for the positive test, and he shared a glass with her. That was his excuse.
He shared more than a glass if he's getting actually tested positive for it.
Oh my God,
she spit in his mouth.
Ever. Oh, she's put a pill in her mouth and then spit it into his mouth. That's what she was doing. Yeah. That's the only way he's testing positive off that shit.
Now, for the next one on this list, this one might be a little bit too low. This one thing I needed to be a little bit higher, but this is number 8. We're going to baseball now. This is Melky Cabrera. I don't know if you guys remember Melky Cabrera, but he played not too long ago. Yep. Victim of a fake site. So while he was playing for the Giants in 2012, he claimed that he had bought some stuff, workout, whatever, from a site that ended up having these illegal substances in it. So he went, this is the crazy part, he went as far as he spent $10,000 of his own money to create a fake website and paid somebody in order to them to create a fake website which sold fake products. He paid $10,000. And then that ended up, so then he kept fighting it, and that ended up to how many games did he get? I think he got like a 50 game suspension. FBI was involved in everything.
Oh my!
FBI traced the site back to him, and he had a 50 game suspension.
Wouldn't that
so he
be
literally
like
paid 10
falsifying
grand.
A police report? Wouldn't that's more than that's higher repercussions than 50 games there, son?
Well, yeah. I mean that one. So he literally made the excuse of a fake site and then paid somebody $10,000 to make a fake site.
By the way, he could have paid me $10,000. I'd have made that fake site for him.
Especially if he's getting busted still.
Yeah.
Pay me $5.
Yeah.
I'll work for half.
Yeah.
Guys,
all right.
I mean,
I'd have taken half.
Don't sell yourself short. Take the full amount. But
so
still.
That's 8, 9, and 10. So we're 1 for 3 on track right now.
Yep.
Still one track. And now we're going to move to a different sport at number 7. We're going to go to the NFL. Another recent one of Jeremy Curley. I don't know if anybody remembers Jeremy Curley, played for the Jets. But literally,
that's why no one remembers him.
Blamed it on ghosts.
Oh, do tell.
So, do you believe in ghosts? Jeremy Curley certainly does, because he claimed to. That was his attempt to squirm away out of a failed drug test. He was wide receiver for the Giants in 2017. He received a 4-game suspension for doping violations, and that was literally his excuse. It was ghosts while he was sleeping.
Like the ghost put the substance in his body,
yes.
or
yes. Yep. He was there in release after the suspension and played only 1 more season, and I wonder why, because people found out he was freaking crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a fucking nut job.
What's his name?
Jeremy Curley. Kerley. He was a wide receiver for the Jets.
Okay.
Detroit needs to sign him tomorrow.
Okay, so 1 for 4 in track. Now we're actually going to go back to track.
Yes.
And this is Sean Barber. Okay, so he was from Canada, and it wasn't steroids, but he tested positive for cocaine. And his excuse was it had been transferred to him during his night of passion, as the woman had apparently racked up a few lines before they met. And he claimed that cocaine is an STD. So he claimed that this woman snorted cocaine and sexually transmitted cocaine into his bloodstream.
Just ask the Wolf of Wall Street. That's not how that works.
That's fantastic.
That is so fucking good. Like, that's, I don't, like, do people think that we just don't know how shit works?
Yeah.
Well, he was high on cocaine when he said it.
And it says the most amazing thing about the whole scenario is he lost his Canadian pole vault title and wasn't sanctioned in any other way, as the cocaine in his system was not deemed given to give him an advantage. He was just stripped of his title because he was doing illegal drugs.
Certainly doesn't give you an advantage.
No.
Oh man, he was a high jumper or what? What was he?
He was a pole vaulter.
Oh yeah, not on cocaine. You can't do that shit on cocaine.
No bullshit.
All right, Kenny. So that's 10,
2 for
9,
5.
8, 7. So we're 2 for 5, and
for
we're
5.
moving sports again for number
Damn.
5. We're going to cycling.
No, this is 6. This is 6.
This is number 5 right here.
Is this 5?
Yeah, this is 5.
Okay. What did Lance say?
This is Adrie Vanderpool. Okay.
Sure.
He claimed a contaminated pigeon pie.
Who eats pigeon pie?
Yeah, well, this is the 1980s. And as this says, the 80s were the wild, wild west for doping.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Please tell. How do you?
So he tested positive for strychnine. I don't know how to say that. That's a weird spelling. Okay. But it is one of the earlier popular performance enhancers. It was also a drug of choice for racing pigeons.
Oh,
and this guy's and his dad actually raced pigeons, and there was no drug testing in pigeon racing. So he claimed that he ate some of his father-in-law's pigeon pie, which resulted in his positive test.
I like that.
That is clever as shit.
That is good.
Clever. Yes.
That is good.
I'll give him that. That's good.
Yeah, that is a good.
That's
an
A+. I mean, like that's hard to
Yes.
that's hard to be like, nah.
That's a junior story right there.
That is amazing. God,
Yes.
could you?
Okay. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. All right.
I was gonna say that's like the Melky Cabrera story, except pretty true.
Yeah. Right. Like that's believable.
Yeah.
That's believable.
Yeah.
So we're now going to our second tennis one here. This is Peter Cordra. He was addicted to eating veal.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So he was once ranked number 2 in the world. He got popped in 1998 for Nandolurin. So he claimed that his love for veal, especially veal injected with steroids, was the reason for his hot test.
I mean, they were doping cows back then. So
as it was proven that he would have had to eat 40 calves every day for 20 years to match the amount of steroids in his system.
Yeah. My God. Yeah, guys, I did that. That's what I was doing.
Right.
I don't train in tennis. I just eat calves all day, and that's how I got good at tennis.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
He was stripped of all of his results and prize monies for that year, which included Wimbledon.
Shit.
So that was a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Okay.
Bitch, I already cashed it. What do you want from me?
Number 3, we're going back to track and field.
Yeah, here we go.
Dennis Mitchell. Okay. He claimed too much sex.
He's just bragging.
What do you like?
He's just flexing on people.
And yep. So 1998 tested positive for high testosterone levels. But if you believe his story, what really happened is that the night before the test, he enjoyed 5 bottles of beer and sex with his wife at least 4 times because it was her birthday and the lady deserved a treat.
Hey, he's a husband.
So the best part of this though is that the USA Track and Field accepted his excuse, but the IAAF did not, and he was banned for 2 years. So the International Athletic Association did not accept it. But the USA Track and Field
America's like, yeah, my dude's fucking constant.
I guarantee that son of a bitch never laid pipe to his wife the rest of her life. He's like,
bitch, I'm trying to race.
Yeah, she's like, so what are you thinking tonight? And he's like, are you kidding me? Last time I lost a lot of money. Right. We're living in this fucking house now because I had sex with you. Absolutely not. You're celibate, bitch. Mary Magdalene, let's go.
All right, so we're at 3 track.
3 track.
Okay. At number 2, we're going cricket. The lovely world of cricket.
All right. God. No one knows what's going on, but they play it.
Yeah, exactly. Man claimed double chin treatment was the reason for his positive testing.
Double chin treatment.
Yes.
Chin or shin?
Chin.
Okay.
Like plastic surgery.
Yeah, well, 2003 Cricket World Cup, he was sent home after testing positive for a prohibited diuretic. What he claimed to have taken was a pharmaceutical diuretic given to him by his own mother to improve his appearance and get rid of a double chin.
Hey, baby, just shit it out. You can shit out that double chin, no problem. We're gonna get rid of all that water weight.
If you're in professional sports,
he was suspended for 2 years.
Well, that's probably one game, right? 2 years is probably about one game of cricket.
If you're in professional sports where they drug test you, you no longer get the benefit of your sibling or your family going, you know what, just take this, it'll work.
Yeah,
you don't get that.
This is a home remedy.
You never get the ability to do that anymore.
Okay, all right, so that's number 2.
That's number 2. So number 1, and if you're keeping bet tracking between Derek and Kenny, Derek took the over, or Kenny took the over. Derek took the under. So we're sitting at 3. So Kenny needed 5, Derek needed 3. We're actually going to split. We're going to go with 4. We're going back to track and field here for number 1.
Yeah, what a push, baby! Come on.
That's right. We are getting our money back.
And the number 1 excuse for a positive test is penis pills. Yes, penis pills by the one and only LaShawn Merritt. So I don't know if you guys remember LaShawn Merritt, but he was a big deal back about 2010. We would have been seniors in high school. Just graduated into college. Yeah, you Kenny another year.
Yeah.
But he was big time. He set a bunch of records as a junior under the age of 18. Let's see. Yeah, he was banned for testing positive for 3 drug tests for dihydroepidestrosтерone.
Good luck. Yeah.
It's at least 20. It's at least 25 letters. Yeah. Yeah. So his performance in the okay, so this is funny. While his performance on the track and field was at an all-time high, apparently his performance in the bedroom was not. As Merritt claimed that the positive test results from using the penis enlargement supplement Extends. He was banned for 21 months.
This is the most 2010
for his dysfunctional label reading. That's why he got suspended.
Nick, can you please give credit to whatever?
Okay, I am not one. Okay, I'm going to put this out there. I am not one for racism or anything like that. But he is a black man. Why he would need penis enlargement pills is beyond me. Just gonna say it.
That's just stereotypes.
That's a stereotype. That's a stereotype.
Right. Just to make so that known.
Racism.
How about this, guys? We pool. Maybe I'll talk about this off air, but I've got an idea for the podcast. We're gonna make some money. By the way, I heard we broke $1.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we can bring that up now. We have made money on. We've officially made $1. Almost 2 now. Actually, we've been shooting up.
Wow,
almost
man.
$2. So we're doing good. That was amazing. The actual bullshit that people will just spew because they got caught taking drugs is some of the funniest shit ever.
It takes me back to my high school days when you would get in trouble and you would just think of the most just obnoxious things to say of why that something happened. Derek is probably the number 1 person to go for with BS.
So it doesn't say,
when it came to getting in trouble.
It doesn't sound like you have an example, which is great. So let's continue on.
I was trying to be nice.
Thank you.
Let's just push through that.
It just takes me back to
just work right
school when you would just think of any little thing to get out of something.
Yeah, didn't work.
Which it didn't work for these people either.
No, God no. It's just insane to me. Like, oh, it was a pork burrito. Oh, it was my penis enlargement pills, guys. I swear to God, that's what it was.
Good thing I stay away from all those hormones that Chipotle uses. I don't want to get drug tested.
Yeah, is the podcast association going to come after you?
I get drug tested everywhere, bro.
Never know.
Okay,
Yeah,
so last thing that I have that we can talk about is the Lightning and the Islanders series. As of right now, they are still playing their game. It is in the second period, and the Lightning are up 2-1 over the Islanders. I am rooting for Tampa in this, but I have a feeling that the Islanders are going to win. The way that they played in game one, the way that the Islanders played in game one, and Tampa just, I mean, they were just fucking up all over the place. I don't see how the Islanders get stopped. And I could be completely wrong. I'm completely, I'm a casual viewer of hockey. So I could be completely off base here, but I do know that the Islanders were not supposed to make it this far. They were not even supposed to make it past the Bruins, and they beat them in 6. The Tampa Bay is the best team on the East Coast. And
they have been for a while.
Yeah, and I mean they just won last year. They won the Stanley Cup last year.
The Stanley Cup.
The Stanley's Cup. It's it's like this big black man that works at a paper company. That Stanley's Cup. Yeah. So the fact that, I mean, as of right now in the second period, it's 2-1. But Nick, this is more towards you because you're not watching this fucking game. Do the Islanders give you a team of destiny feel where they could go?
See, now me, when it comes to any professional sport, when my team is not in it, so I enjoy the Detroit Red Wings. Like you, Kenny, I'm not a avid hockey watcher. I'm not watching, like, I'm watching 85% of Indians games. I'm watching 90 to 100% of Cavs games. I'm watching all Steelers games that I can watch. So, my big teams, but the Red Wings, if they're on, I'll catch them from time to time, check on the scores, see where they're at in the standings, which the Red Wings are rebuilding. So, I am just like right now in the NBA. Yeah. And it's just like now in the NBA. Like I am rooting for the Bucks. I'm rooting for the Suns. I'm even fine with the Nets, and for the reason why I like it when the teams that don't always win. Like for it was Cleveland and Golden State, it was the Lakers and the Celtics, like it was always those teams. And now we got a shot at, there's no Lakers, there's no Warriors, there's no LeBron, there's no Steph Curry. Like I know Durant and Irving have won titles, but like James Harden's never won one, so I'm fine with the Nets winning it. Would love to see the Bucks get it because the Bucks haven't won in forever. The Suns have never won a title. I think that would be awesome. Utah Jazz would be sweet to see them. The Clippers, even, like, just because the Clippers, the other LA team, it's supposed to be the Lakers. The Clippers win. So, like,
1971. Jesus Christ. Milwaukee hasn't won a championship.
Yeah, Kareem and Oscar Robinson. Yeah. And so I like, I always root for the underdog. Like, that's like, go back to 2016 Cubs Indians. Like, yes, the Indians haven't won a World Series since 54. But the Cubs hadn't won since way before that. And I've told people this all the time. If the Indians were going to lose in the World Series to one team, it would be the Cubs were the only team that I would not be mad. Like it's frustrating to lose your team losing the World Series, but it's just like it's the Cubs, like they kind of deserve it too, type of thing. So I'm always rooting for that. I always like that team destiny feel. Like I'm rooting for them. Like, so I'm definitely like I'm on the Islanders train. Choo choo. I'm with it. Like, let's go. Like, that would be awesome to see a team that hasn't won or hasn't even been a winner. Really, the Islanders haven't had a lot of success in the last 15, 20 years.
No, even more. So the Islanders have 4 Stanley Cups. Okay. I'm actually, we'll do a little trivia here because I did just look this up. They have 4. Give me years. Where do you think? Come on, this is actually pretty easy.
Pretty easy.
I mean, it's crazy. It's like It's kind of like Battleship. Think about Battleship.
Is it like 3 years in a row?
4
years in a row.
They
so
won.
Let's go 74-78.
Close, Derek.
What the fuck what do you want me to think? No.
I want you to talk into your mic, 1, bitch, and 2. I just want you to make a fucking guess.
Okay, all right.
So
82 to 86. What are you talking about?
Okay, so you guys are right. You guys are right onto it. It's from the 79 to 80 season to the 82 to 83 season. They won all 4. Nuts.
Yeah. So
Nuts.
I mean, like I'm fine. Like I'd be cool. Like let's go Islanders.
I think it would be a good story.
For Tampa. I'm also down for Tampa again too because they're a small market team.
Yeah,
they did just win last year.
Nice.
And I'm fine with that. Let the small markets get their, just like when Cleveland won. Like I'm sure people weren't so mad about like they probably if LeBron, but like small market teams winning is awesome.
Yeah, I agree. And actually, it looks like the Knights, the Las Vegas Knights, are going to come out of the West, and that would be pretty sweet as well. I think this is their 2nd year in the league. Maybe I think they played last year.
It's a few more than that.
I think so. I thought it was 2.
I think they've already won a Stanley Cup, didn't they?
The Knights?
Yeah, they played in the finals at least.
Now I have to fucking look this up because I don't think you're right at all.
They, 2017.
They did. Jesus Christ.
Can't even watch.
I told you I'm a fucking it's casual, okay? Casual fan. Second finals appearance for the Capitals. Yeah, they beat the Capitals. Look at that.
They don't have. I don't think they won it though. I think they made it to the Stanley Cup.
The Eastern Conference champion Washington Capitals defeated the Western Conference champion Vegas Knights in 4 games to win their first championship in their 44th year. There you go.
Yeah.
But it was their first season. That was the Knights' first season.
Yeah, they got Andre Fleury from the Penguins, who's been their goaltender ever since. Who is a freaking G in the net. But
yeah, but he's also like what 60 years old now.
I know he's still playing great. So,
so speaking of Las Vegas, Derek Carr said he would probably quit football if he had to play for anyone other than the Raiders.
That's a lie.
That's it. I mean, it's his quote.
Yeah, that's the biggest. I saw that when I was
quoted.
Yeah, I saw that when I was looking up. When I was looking up the stuff about Sheldon Richardson, and I saw the quote because it was like a little tag card, and I wanted to laugh. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. Like now it's just like
that seems like loyalty.
It's loyalty, showing your team that you got their back and you're like full board in with your team. But then that also tells me if I'm a general manager for another team, like he's a free agent. Let's say the Raiders don't re-sign him. It's just like, well, quit.
It's not even that. It's also the fact that the Raiders, they don't have to negotiate with him anymore. When it comes time to re-signing his contract, they're like, bro, you either play for us or you're not playing at all.
You quit?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna quit? You a liar? Like what?
You being a little Aaron Rodgers bitch?
I
haven't thrown shade at him, so like,
you haven't, but we didn't even. I was not gonna talk about him at all. I didn't put him in the show notes, dude. He's throwing major shade because they were doing the press for the golf tournament or the golf thing they're doing. Yeah. And he was wearing an I'm offended shirt, which I thought was funny. But he was also saying that he's had a very quiet off season. It's a dream off season for him because it's been nice and quiet. I fucking love it,
dude. So so we brought Aaron Rodgers up. I gotta bring this up. This morning when I was on my way to basketball, I listened to the Dan Patrick show. I don't know if you guys listen to Dan Patrick shows. I love him. But he takes phone calls from people, and this one guy was saying that he doesn't think Aaron Rodgers will retire from football because he thinks that Aaron Rodgers only gets celebrity girlfriends because he plays football. So he thinks if he retires from football that his fiance won't stay with him because he's not playing football anymore, because they will be together for too long. Now, they'll be together for too long and she'll be around him too much, and that they won't want to be together anymore because she'll find out what kind of a guy Aaron is.
Was this a Packers fan?
No, I don't know, but it was so funny because he's like, I'm not calling her shallow. I don't think she'll leave him because he's not going to have money, because she obviously makes her own. He was pretty much saying that Aaron Rodgers won't be married
a shit person
because he's a douchebag.
I completely agree. And if I knew who this guy was, I'd be like the guy on the plane where he just wants to shake his hand. I just want to shake your hand. It's all I want to shake this guy's hand because
it was fantastic. Loved it. I was in tears on the way. It was like 7:30. It was like 8 o'clock this morning, and I'm like tearing up, laughing in the car by myself.
All right, one last thing. Peter Schrager.
Oh, that's right. We gotta let
Derek announced that the biggest offseason acquisition, as far as continuing or moving forward the Patriots, is probably Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia, there hasn't been a bigger cancer to a team. There's been no player. There hasn't been a coach previously that's been a larger cancer to a team than Matt Patricia. The Detroit Lions, who were there last year and are there now this year, have done everything except for say, holy shit, I'm so happy that he's gone. I mean, they danced around that sentence right there as eloquently as they can.
Right.
The videos, the media that are coming out of Detroit are just 100% better. Everyone just wants to be in Detroit now, as far as maybe not successfully.
Right.
But atmosphere wise, I really hope that Matt Patricia has a big part in the
demise of the Patriots.
Well, just their organization. I think the Patriots deserve it. I think that they're doing a great job by bringing them back. If they love fat, slow linebackers and no pass rush and corners that don't know what they're doing, so they can't cover. Dude, if you guys want that, you found your man, because he will find them. You just need to get Bob Quinn in there to start making some decisions too. You guys will start taking off. Fuck Matt Patricia. All right? I'm pulling out his beard hairs if I ever fucking see him. I'm just taking them off. That's it. I could probably outrun him, and I can't run. Yeah. Legally not allowed.
Yeah, I think Matt Patricia as a coach is a very the epitome of a system quarterback or a system type of player, if that makes sense. Like, he was really, really good as a defensive coordinator for the Patriots under Bill Belichick, under his system, the way he does things, the way he runs things.
Yeah.
Got out on his own and fail. I'm trying to think of a good, but I'm where I'm talking about, like Le'Veon Bell, perfect example, was great in Pittsburgh, great in that system, great with the way they did things. Went to the Jets, weren't the greatest team, even with the Chiefs.
He will never play for Andy Reid again. Now,
well, yeah, that's another story. But I just I think there's players like that succeed under quarterbacks. I mean, you look at Brad Johnson, won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who was an average NFL quarterback, just kind of like Trent Dilfer with the Ravens. They won because they were game managers, and their job was to manage the game, don't turn it over. Brad Johnson went to the Vikings, and
here's the thing with that. Okay, it's not that he was a bad coach or he's a bad head coach. Lions have had him. We went 0-16. He didn't go 0-16 ever. Okay. It wasn't that he was a bad head coach. He was a horrible person too. You know what I mean? Like the way the culture was there was so incredibly toxic that it just makes you like you don't want him to succeed anywhere because you know that he's bringing that somewhere else to where he's going to put that on the players.
Yeah.
Wherever he's at. So if he was just a bad coach, that'd be one thing. But him as a person is just not good.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to run a team. He's not the guy that should be leading your organization.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. He needs to be homeless. He's got the fat to keep him warm, and he's got the beard to keep him warm. His body can eat itself for quite a while. He gets me so worked up. He gets me so worked up. Guys, if you haven't checked out the 37-minute draft preview that the Lions put out, please do so.
I sent that to you, and I did not watch it.
Oh, why would you?
It's not for you.
Yeah.
But
not for you.
Just so you know.
But go watch it. It's not for you, but go watch it.
No, I'm just if you're interested to go watch it. Here's the thing.
No interest.
The Lions they didn't pick one guy that they didn't absolutely love.
Cool.
that was the takeaway. Some people were because
yeah.
Dan Campbell. Oh, we absolutely loved him, guy. We were so ecstatic, like with every draft pick, and you're like, you settled for some. I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
I'm sure you settled for some, like everyone does, in 5th, 6th, 7th round. But the way they talked about it, they're like, oh my god, we were just blown away.
Yeah. He's acting like that 7th round pick that they got was like, oh, we had him graded as a 4th rounder. He drafted all the way to 7. We just took him. He was there. We loved him so much.
Yep.
We had him as a potential 3rd. He was a 2nd dayer on our board.
Absolutely. That's exactly how they acted. But it was whatever. Be passionate. Talk your players out. But yeah, I thought that was the one thing I took away from it. And then I read comments about it, and I was just like, oh, everyone got that. The Lions got every single person that they wanted. They didn't want anyone else. I mean, their draft board was just perfect. No one else took anyone they wanted.
Maybe the first couple of picks.
Always
sure.
The first couple of picks.
The first one for sure was a slam dunk.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
he's having a little bit of trouble moving to right tackle, but I'm sure he'll get that shored up. I mean, he's in camp, so
it's weird. He's playing a new position and he's struggling in practice.
Right, exactly. Weird. Yeah, I'm not worried about that in the least. Like his job is to get ready. His coach's job is to get him ready. I mean, he admitted it. He even came out. He's like, it is tough, but he's a fucking professional. He'll get it done. Anything else before we wrap up this nothing going on, still long podcast?
I was gonna say it's been over about an hour and a half, so
that's what we do. We rant.
I didn't think we really ranted a whole lot.
No, we did pretty well. We stayed on topic and we went.
Yeah, this is a pretty good episode for what it was. Okay, I think we say that every week too. So, anyways. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and rate and review on Apple. Oh my God, Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Make sure that you subscribe to YouTube. And that's it. I think we're out. Peace out, guys.
Peace out.